Hi guys, this is R. Jananipriya, first BCA, KCS Kasinada, College of Arts and Science. In this video, we are going to see operator overloading in C++. First of all, we have to know what is operator overloading. The ability to provide the operators with a special meaning for a data type. The mechanism of giving such special meaning to an operator is known as operator overloading. Next, we are going to see the syntax for operator overloading function. Return type, class name, scope resolution operator, OP, argument list, and within the curly braces, we have to specify the statements. What are all these things means? Return type. A return type is the type of value returned by the specific operation. Class name. Class name refers the name of our class. Four dots refers the scope resolution operator and it is really very mandatory. The word is a keyword. OP is the operator being overloaded. That means the operator we are going to overload. Argument list have the arguments we specified. Everything have some limitations in it. Likewise, operator overloading has also have their limitations. We cannot overload these operators. Class member access operator, that means dot operator, scope resolution operator, size operator, conditional operator. You may have the question, scope resolution operator is also in this list. We used scope resolution operator to specify the function only, but we cannot overload the scope resolution operator. Types of operator overloading. There are two types of operator overloading: unary operator overloading and binary operator overloading. Unary operator overloading takes only one operand and have no arguments. For example, increment operator, decrement operator, minus, logical not operator. These are the examples of unary operator overloading. Binary operator overloading. It takes two operand and have one argument. Next, we are going to see the example program based on unary operator overloading. For that, we have created a class name called space, and inside the class, we created two variables xy in private visibility mode and three functions get data, display, and operator in public visibility mode. Here, void operator minus followed by curly braces is the operator overloading initializations. In this, we have specified a return type called void and the operator keyword and the operator being overloaded minus operator. We are going to overload minus operator. Next, we are going to define the class functions outside the class by using scope resolution operator. First, we are going to see get data function. Inside the get data function, we have assigned x and y variables with the values a and b, and then the display function. Inside the display function we are going to display x and y values in the output screen using cout, and then the operator function. It, in this we just compare the syntax we have seen already and this operator function. In this, void is the return type, space is the class name, and the scope resolution operator, and then the operator keyword, and then the minus operator, the operator being overloaded, and curly braces. In this, we have no arguments because it is a unary operator overloading. Inside the operator function, we are going to assign x and y variables with the negative values of x and y which we have saved already using minus operator, and then now the it is a time to execute our program using void main. We all know that the program execution starts at the point void main function. Here we have created a class object as s, and then by using that object we are going to call the functions we defined earlierly. First, s dot get data, the function call has invoked the get data function and assigned 10 and 20 values in x and y, and then the display function, we have called the display function. In the display function The x and y values 10 and 20 is output on the output screen, and then minus s. Here we are going to note that we have just specify the operator being overloaded and the object. Yes, it is the method for calling operator function, and the operator function is called, the control is going to the operator function, and x and y values is now assigned with the negatives of minus 10 and 20. That means x is assigned with minus 10 and y is assigned with minus 20, and then again we call the display function. Now the display function displays minus 10 and minus 20 as x and y values in the output screen. Already we run the function. Now we are going to see the output of our function. Do you all remember that we have called the display function twice? In the first call, the x and y values are 10 and 20, and in the second call after run the operator function, the x and value are changed into minus 10 and minus 20. I hope that this video is useful for you to get a clear view about operator overloading in C++. Thank you for watching.